I'm Jim Dodson. I'm a personal injury lawyer. I practice in Clearwater, but we represent clients throughout Florida. Hematomas are familiar to most everybody. They're really on the outside of our body, on the skin. We call them a bruise, but they occur in the brain as well. Hematoma is when the blood escapes from the vessel, and when it does that, it tends to accumulate. There are three types of hematomas that are typically encountered in brain injuries. The first would be an epidural or extradural hematoma, which is on the outside of that tough membrane that surrounds the brain called the dura. These are typically less of an emergency problem. Sometimes they do require surgery, but they're generally very highly treatable. The other kind is an intracranial hematoma, which occurs inside, typically, the structure of the brain. So it's inside, and when blood accumulates in the structure of the brain, it typically starts interrupting functions of the brain pretty quickly. These can actually be fatal. They need to be diagnosed and treated promptly. And then we have the subdural hematoma, which is beneath that outer layer of the dura, but not within the brain cavity itself. What happens with a subdural hematoma is that blood begins to accumulate, typically coagulates, creating a clot, and as that clot grows, it puts pressure on the brain tissue right beneath it. Many of these subdural hematomas may take days or even weeks to accumulate because they might be a very tiny, slow bleed. They're usually treatable, but many times they do need surgery. So those are the three primary hematomas that affect the brain.